So the way this is going to work is I'm just going to go over the big stuff. Like some of this stuff is just self-explanatory. You have the tango vocabulary. You just got to memorize vocab. I'll go over certain words and like explain certain nuances, and like certain usages for certain words. But a lot of it is just very self-explanatory. So to do that, memorize those. And then I'm just going to talk to you guys about the grammar, give a few examples, and we'll go from there. All right. So now we have, this here, tomodachi. Okay, so now I guess we're technically into lesson 1. Atarashi tomodachi, new friends. And so every chapter is going to start with the kaiwa or dialogue here. I'll leave that to you. Go ahead and read that. So they have the Japanese. Then down, I think they have the, where's the English? The English is somewhere. I think it's like, yeah, later in the chat. Oh, here it is. So they have the Japanese and they'll have the English translation. So you can use that for your own studying. Then here they have a vocab list for every chapter. Tango. So I'll leave this for you guys to study, but I will just go ahead and make a few notes here. So ano is like it's like, you know, it's a filler word. Ano, eto, you know, it's like saying you know, when you have to think of something, super useful to memorize. Eigo. So this go here, when you guys learn kanji, you'll see this more clearly, but this go here actually means language. So go means English. So Japanese, Nihon is Japan, right? So Nihongo is Japanese, okay? Then gakusei can be used for any level of student. So here, yeah, go. Nihongo would be Japanese, and then eigo would be English, and then what's another good one? Chugokugo, but Chugoku means China, but there's kind of easier ones. Spaingo. So Spain is Spain, obviously. Spaingo is Spanish. So Spain language is Spanish. Spaingo. Okay? It's like that. Okay. Go, zen, sai, nansai, san. Oh, okay, so this is translated as Mr. or Mrs., but it's not quite that formal in real life. Basically, you would apply san to anyone's name who you are not very close with. When you get really close with someone, you could drop it. But in general, you kind of always want to have it on there just in case to be polite. So like you call me Anthony-san, or like I call you whatever san, Tanaka-san, or you know, Kentaro-san, yeah, whatever. And then jin, so this is just like go, whereas go means language, jin means a person. So you can say Nihon jin, so Nihon being Japan, jin meaning person, so Nihon jin is a Japanese person, and I'm America jin, American person, I'm American, right? Sensei means teacher, professor. So desu ka, so desu ne. These are all really good to know. Oh, okay, here's another good one. Nensei, non-nensei. So it's like whatever year student. So in Japan, what year you are, and if you notice in the dialogue with Mary-san, and I think what's his name, Takeshi-kun, she was saying, I'm ni nensei. That doesn't mean she's second grade. That means it's her second year of university. So every time you enter a new school, you'll be a first year student of that school. So in Shogakko, in elementary school, you have grade 1 through 6. And grade 1 is ichi nensei, then ni nensei, san nensei, yon nensei, go nensei, roku nensei. And then when you hit middle school, which in Japan is 7th, 8th, 9th grade, you wouldn't say nana nensei. I mean, there are some schools where they have combined elementary and junior high, so you would say that, but for 99% of the schools, it's going to be chugakko ichi nensei. So you start over, and then chugakko ni nensei, san nensei. Then when you get into high school, you'll be ichi nensei again. Then you have 3 years of high school. Then when you get to university, it'll be start over, ichi, ni, san, yon nensei. Okay, so just know that system. Hai means yes, and then where is it? Iie. Did I pass iie? Where is iie? Oh, iie was up there, but iie means no, and hai means yes, but they're quite formal. You wouldn't really use them so much day to day unless you're speaking to someone who's like has authority over you, or like an elderly person, or just to be really polite. But like so desu is more so like what you might say for yes. Or like, yep, that's right. And you can drop the des if it's more casual. So like, so. means yes, basically. Also, it's a very casual way of saying yes. Okay, so you guys got all these. Watashi means I, okay. Then we have our countries, majors, occupations. I'll let you guys tackle these. Anything I should say? Okay, so yeah, also, Isha means doctor, but they also call doctors senseis. Yeah, so doctors are also called sensei. But if, as a profession, you would say, oh, you know, Isha this or something like that. But, yeah, you would refer to them as sensei, or you would say, like, you know, byoin no sensei. Toka. Okay. So yeah, with countries too, a lot of them are katakana, but some of them, like the more closely like related to Japan historically, going back, you know, thousands of years, they're gonna have their own words like chugoku, right here, chugoku, or kankoku meaning Korea. But like, yeah, kind of farther countries are more, you know, Western, not only Western countries, but countries that are just more recent in Japan's history are mainly just going to be katakana here. But, you know, Igirisu is Great Britain. I really don't know why. America is America. Australia is Australia, which was so hard for me to say at first. But yeah, it's just going to take some memorization. What else we got here? Shufu's housewife, but shufu also means, it can also mean like a stay-at-home dad. Don't really meet them so often here, but yeah, the kanji would be different, but whatever. That's really not important. Oh, okay, here's a good note to make here. Oka-san, otou-san, one-san, oni-san. Okay, so these all mean, you know, your family, mother, father, older sister, older brother, younger sister, younger brother. But these two, one-san and oni-san here, all kind of, they both can refer to like a young man or a young woman. So, you know, a stranger, if they don't know my name, might refer to me as Oni-san. It's not because I'm their older brother. Obviously, it's because I'm just a young man. And at a certain age, I would no longer be Oni-san and I would turn to Oji-san, which is like a middle to, you know, older guy. And so One-san is also like a young woman. There's not like a set age on when it ends, but, you know, probably somewhere in your like mid 30s, 40 maybe, who knows. But yeah. All right, then we have, let's see, how many grammar points do we have? Question, nouns. Okay. And so now we have these grammar points. So let's run through these really quick. I don't want this video to be too long. I know I'm kind of going fast here. Guys, hope you're keeping up. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Again, this is supposed to be an aid to your self-study. Okay? This is not me just teaching you everything. Go to the book yourself, and then we'll come here and we'll go over things. In the comment section, I'll be glad to answer questions or whatever. But okay, so X wa Y des. So we learned this is ha, didn't we? So you're saying, what the heck, Anthony? Why are you saying wa? You said it's ha when we studied, you know, hiragana. Now it's wa. But I thought there was a different wa. You're right. But here's the thing. This ha is a ha in words. As a particle, meaning it's just a character by itself within a sentence to connect nouns or something, or to connect different words, it's going to be read as wa, but it's going to be written as ha. So this will not be X ha Y this. This is X wa Y this. Wa. Okay? So this is a very basic structure, meaning something is something. X is Y. X wa Y des. Okay, so it is. So if you look at the example here, 12時半です. So, yeah, in this case, it's just Y des. So we don't even have this first part. But 何々です means it is. Right? 学生です. I am. So the good thing about Japanese that makes it easier, I think, than English is that to conjugate these types of things, like the be verbs, like I am, she is, and stuff like that, it doesn't change. Like wa is going to be wa, watashi is going to be watashi, gakusei is going to be gakusei. So, gakusei desu. I am a student. 12時半です. It is 12:30. So grammatically, it's kind of easier to learn. 日本語です. Japanese. It's Japanese when, you know, answering a question or whatever. And so when wa comes in, we're going to put another noun before it. So something is something, right? So something wa nihongo desu. Remember what she said? She said senko wa nihongo desu. And if you studied your vocab, you would know that senko is major. So major is Japanese. Senko wa nihongo desu. Major is Japanese. A lot of times these pronouns are dropped. So it's just, I would drop that. Like I wouldn't say my, but we'll get into that later anyways. Senko wa nihongo desu. So yeah, you can kind of drop that sometimes. Oftentimes you will drop it, but the important thing is senko wa nihongo desu. X is Y. Watashi wa Sukimu desu. Watashi wa Sukimu desu. I am Sukimu. Watashi wa Anthony desu. Watashi wa Anthony desu. And if I said Anthony desu, it's the same thing. You really, so yeah, these pronouns like I or my or he or she or whatever, it's often dropped in Japanese. So in this example, watashi wa Sukimu desu. I am Sukim. If it's obvious as to who or what you're talking about, you can just drop the watashi wa. So I could say Anthony desu, like I am Anthony, right? It's the same thing as watashi wa Anthony desu. But since everyone listening can tell I'm talking about myself, I don't need to add that. You should add them or add a name in front of something if it's unclear who or what you're talking about. But for most cases, it's going to be dropped in Japanese. Okay, so here's another one. Yamashita-san wa sensei desu. Yamashita-san wa sensei desu. Mr. Yamashita is a teacher. Meiri-san wa Amerikajin desu. Here's a good one. Meiri-san wa Amerikajin desu. Then question sentences, it's going to be the same thing, but with ka at the end. Ka at the end, right? And then so we're also going to use like what or when or, whatever. But desu ka, just adding this ka at the end makes it a question sentence. Super, super easy, super useful. So, Meiri-san wa nansai desu ka? How old is Mary? So you can use like what, when, whatever, all these other words, but like you could just say like Amerikajin desu ka? Nihonjin desu ka? Are you Japanese? Or, are you American? Whatever. Then noun, no noun. This is how we use possessive pronouns. So my, there's no word for my. It just turns into watashi no. So watashi wa is I, or I am. But watashi no means my. Okay? But you can use it with a name too. Takeshi-san no denwa bango. So Takeshi's phone number. Watashi no pen desu. My pen. This is my pen. Nihon no daigaku. So you can use it with you can use it with things too. Any noun, like Nihon no daigaku, Japan's university, university in Japan, right? So yeah, it's really, really useful, obviously. Okay, so I really didn't want to rush through this, but I don't have a whole lot of time because I've got a lesson coming up. But let me know what you guys think. Hope everything made sense. Make sure you get through these, and then so the next time we'll go through and do chapter 2. And I want to spend a little more time on them, but yeah, anyways, guys, yeah, hope it's useful to you. Talk to you guys later.